Yeah, they were a charity for like a week until they became a terrorist organization. So, give me a list of all the good things they've done, Sam. You fucking hack.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
It's just, and part of this whole thing has just been.
Dude, again, people need to understand what Eastern anti-Semitism looks like. If Eastern anti-Semitism looks like this, okay? Sorry, I'm not talking about Ethan Klein. I'm talking about Sam Seder, right? The fact that Sam Seder is just like completely compromised by Middle Eastern anti-Semitism. It's very sad, okay? Islamic anti-Semitism.
So blackpilling because.
And by the way, okay, the standards, I hold high standards for somebody like Sam Seder. I expected a lot out of him, okay? I expect him to, especially as like, if you grew up as a Jew, right? Like, which is what he stated. If you grew up as a Jew, right? You should know about this history. The regular person, yeah, like, fuck it, okay? Like, they don't know shit. They don't know shit. No, they don't know like what Jewish pogroms are, right? They don't know how Jewish people feel in Middle Eastern countries. They don't know any of this shit, right? Like, fuck it. But it's just like it's kind of crazy in my opinion. That there's just no charitability at all. Like, fuck, that's crazy.
These people, and you'll see this from Ian's video today, they are all liars. And they lie to your face in the most obvious way. For example, Hassan I says, why do you say I work with the ADL?
Partnered.
And then he says, oh, that's not what I meant. Then I show him another clip that says, Ethan, partner with the ADL. I says, why did you say that? I didn't mean that you're working directly with them.
Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
Are you... Who?
Yeah.
Who would do that?
But how can I sit here?
Who would lie like that?
And entertain somebody who's gaslighting me to my face live? He says, "You're partnered with the ADL," and then he goes, I didn't mean partnered." There's no apology, no correction, no retraction, and he has an audience of people that watch that who are like, "Yeah."
Plus saying it on other people's shows. So you're like trying to spread this idea around.
It's like nobody could watch that and see that he's not lying. It's just like, it's like looking at the sky and Hassan's telling me it's purple. And I'm like, it's so insane. And you guys will see Ian, God bless him. I gotta say, man, it's such a weird thing with Ian. He put out this Content Deputy, which is his follow-up to Content Cop. And I have to say, it's even worse than the first. I don't know who this guy is. He used to be the dude. It is. He used to be the dude that was like looking at it from all angles, crossing his T's, dotting his I's, preempting counterclaims.
This is not what podcasts are.
This is what podcasts are.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's
He's
horrible.
such a dickhead. Shut up.
Wake up.
Oh, God, he's such a dickhead.
This is no longer a dream.
Cringe.
This is a nightmare.
By the way, who's in the nightmare now? Fuck.
Eastern is the original one. Is like biblical shit. It's like you abandoned Western anti-Semitism, right? The Hitler style anti-Semitism, and you just fully embraced the fucking Quran style anti-Semitism. Like how in the Quran it literally has verses where it degrades Jews. His audience is expected to believe that's what Hassan meant, or they're just as bad faith and it's collective gaslighting. I think they actually do believe. I think they actually do believe like Ethan is unwell. Like I actually think they unironically believe this. But at the same time, like yeah, it is gaslighting. It's not like they're trying to make him. Yeah, I mean they're trying to trigger him on purpose, which is the point of this.
Fucking
right?
Creator Clash is literally imploding. You had to resign in disgrace. And now there's like crazy leaks happening of all the other fighters being like, they didn't tell us anything. I found out they were stepping down when he posted his video.
Yeah.
How insanely unprofessional and incompetent can you be?
We want to stay out of the drama.
You really should worry about your own ducks there, buddy.
Horrible.
But what I'm saying is I don't know who this guy is because honestly, there's been a lot of hit videos on me over my time here, like a lot. Maybe, I don't know. I might have the most hit videos of anyone on YouTube at this point. Like, who has more?
Maybe. Shane Dawson, probably.
I don't think so.
Does it
Really?
Everyone had their fun when he fucked the cats and when he got canceled, but like I've been getting
You
them
are-
since that time. I've been
Think
getting
too
them.
highly of yourself, sir. The Shane
We've got
industrial
somebody-
complex is
Listen.
strong.
Listen, somebody out there needs to make a list
Of who has the most hate
I
videos?
want.
I mean, Colleen Ballinger?
But that was
too?
one thing. This is like
Yeah,
consistent.
but
Foodshops, you need to make hit pieces on them too, Ethan. True. If you can't beat them, join them. I am joining them, okay? This is officially a hit piece video now.
that was like a big fucking thing.
It was.
Like everybody made a video. About it.
I'd say between you and the Pauls.
Oh, the
Because
Paul.
the Pauls kept everyone fed
The,
for
the,
years.
the Pauls,
True.
yeah, the Pauls
Yeah.
would have more.
That's true because they have the crypto era.
Yeah.
The Pauls
Especially
have
if you're
kept it
thinking
going.
of them as a unit between
Yeah.
the two of them.
It's unbelievable. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that I concede to them. Yeah. But it's like of all the videos that have been made about.
Onision? I'm not super familiar with Onision,
I don't think
but I know
so.
he's been like a
He's out.
drama
Nah.
cow
Too
for
old.
years.
No, but the thing is, like, what I've been able to manage is that I
Who has the most hate videos? Probably PewDiePie for saying the N-word. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure, yeah.
keep the
Can't say.
hate videos coming, baby.
Well,
Gabby
part of it,
Hanna. Oh,
staying.
somebody said Gabby Hanna.
She's
in the
gone.
chat.
Nobody's making hate videos on
an
her.
important part of this is you have to be relevant for this
Oh,
this
Ethan,
whole
well, they're
period.
looking
Right,
for
that's
those
why the Paul
days.
brothers is a good.
Exactly. Like, so it's a compliment too.
Me and the Paul bros, man. I mean, kind of, right?
It's a
true.
compliment.
I don't know.
I think AB's right.
Listen, look at the cup half full. You know.
No, I'm not even
managed to
being
be,
optimistic.
talked about.
Listen, I'm not an optimist, okay? I think you're right.
No, I mean when you were saying those other names, I'm like, yeah, they had a lot of videos, but it was just during their time of like
Where are they now?
relevancy. Yeah.
Like my hate videos are still getting views, bro.
right.
That's kind of epic.
Yeah.
This sounds like a new soundbite in the next IDubbbz video.
Yeah.
Look at Ethan. He
Ethan-
admits
He is praising the fact that he gets hate videos.
he likes it. He gave us permission. I don't know,
The
whatever.
revolution will not be televised. Revolution will
But
not be
what-
televised.
What comes
you
after
were
Deputy?
you were saying that in the old era of
Scout.
Content Cop, he was known for like leaving nothing. Like there was no way somebody could come back at
Anisa?
him.
Maybe.
He would like
Be very difficult.
he would be bullied.
You have- yeah.
At least for the time. I don't know.
What I'm
We
leading
haven't
to,
watched it in many years, but
that's how it seemed. I wonder if going back, if they're as good as we all remember. But what I'll say is that his first and now his second one, and all my life has got to be some of the worst hate videos I have ever seen. And when we compared his first one to Mika, I'm not kidding. And when I say the second one is just as worse, I am not kidding.
Hi everyone, it's me again.
It's so.
I mean, it is pretty bad. The second IDubbbz video is pretty damn bad, okay? Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's really bad.
In fact, I think Mika's was more well put together.
yeah.
I've also vouched for Jewish people.
She's vouched for Jewish people. What has he done for me? What has he done, huh?
You get to meet Ethan Klein.
Hi everyone, it's me again.
Hi, everyone. Why does she say it like that?
Hi everyone. Hi
She says it
everyone.
like fake Elon Musk.
Oh my
Hi
God.
everyone.
I think
Right.
he's saying Air One.
Stupid. Hi, everyone. Everyone.
Okay, maybe not. Okay, hearing them side by side, maybe it's not too similar.
Yeah, you guys will see. I mean, I'm looking forward to going over this because it will be entertaining, but the glaring mistakes, the insane conclusions, the violently unfunny.
Teacher?
It's violently unfunny.
Violently unfunny.
It's
Oh my God.
It's like, dude,
I'm scared
who is
now.
this? Who,
It's not funny.
he's begging people to like his video.
Okay.
Yeah.
He goes,
There's no shame in that.
There
Hit
is.
subscribe and like.
Uh,
Nah, hit that subscribe button, y'all.
to see
Smash it.
IDubbbz saying like, "Please, for the love of God."
He says that. He goes, please, for the love of God, like
right,
this,
all right.
because
Well,
they're astroturfing the dislikes.
I've purposely avoided watching it this week.
It's like the people who are like, I don't hate Mexicans. Juan takes care of my garden 2 days a week. Oh, you're right. They probably don't hate Mexicans. I'm kidding.
Again, so I
Okay,
will
I'll
be seeing it with fresh
I'll
eyes.
save my
You're gonna lose your
commentary
mind.
to when we actually watch it.
Yeah. So there's that coming up, but there's almost so much to talk about. But yeah, the debate with Hassan, I mean, listen, reviewing it back on it, and again, obviously
You're gonna say you won?
I'm biased. No, but not only did I think I won, I think he,
Won big.
I think he looked utterly. He's a liar. He's wrong about he's either lying or wrong about everything he says, pretty much. He's unwilling to acknowledge, make one single concession, no matter how blaringly obvious it is.
Okay, Ethan.
Okay. He was baited into fucking supporting terrorist groups, to doubling down on the Anne Frank thing, to fucking saying the Houthis should get a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
There is nothing redeeming about his performance. Now, you might not think I did great, whatever. I personally watched it back. I thought I did pretty good. I think there's a few things I think, listen, I did so much preparation for this, and it's clear he did none. That's how I do these.
If I may say so, as your wife, I was very proud.
Aw, that's cute. True love. But also, like, can I also just say this? Like, I'm pretty sure Hassan had a whole team behind him, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he unironically had a team behind him. But yeah, okay. He still fucking failed like an actual fucking moron.
Thank you. And I feel like and you could see that I anticipated all of his dumb fucking points. Like, he tries to bust out this Avi Schleim thing, and I'm like, I already know everything about what you're gonna say. And that happens so many times throughout.
get into that,
because
Food?
he's so
Right.
transparent. He gets all of his talking points from other people's shitty essays.
That part for me was very surreal to see somebody try to erase my family's history.
Yeah, they left for Zionism.
Like,
why
that's
can
crazy.
you not admit that Middle Eastern Jews are also victims? Because in their world, in their mind, Ducky, don't do it.
Well, it's
Ducky,
convenient.
no sniffing,
no sniffing, turd. In their world, in the world of purity testing and grandstanding,
Yeah, chat. Okay, you could have a supportive wife like Gila Klein, all right? But instead, you be playing, okay? You playing games, okay? I tell you right now.
of nuance is the devil. The Jews they can't be victims. They cannot be victims. The Israelis, they cannot be victims. Otherwise, it ruins everything. It's like, it's unreal. It's unreal.
oh, and he doubled down on the rapes as well.
The rapes. He says he says all we have is circumstantial evidence, which, by the way, is how most people get convicted of rape.
Right.
That's an interesting point.
Besides the
Gillis to
fact
Norm, right,
that
Taze?
these were people who are mutilated, burned
You
alive,
make them
murdered,
crazy?
buried.
Okay.
He says we
All
need.
right.
He actually said the thing of we need rape
Why?
kits
Oh, for fuck's
on
sake.
these rotting cadavers who have already been desecrated for me to conclusively say there was rapes.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, okay, I just want to say this. There is in fact right evidence, right, of DNA, no? Like there is evidence. Like if you really have to push it, right? Isn't there like actual evidence of like DNA evidence of this? Of like rape that happened? Or am I wrong here? I'm not entirely sure. Okay, whatever.
Despite
point.
me showing him 4 first-hand accounts, and people are watching this.
Oh, this is a beautiful ship.
It's so blackpilling. It's so blackpilling. The thing that I'm
Yeah, like it's actually really blackpilling how Islamic anti-Semitism is now like so popular in the West now. Like, it's actually really crazy how popular Islamic anti-Semitism is. It's insane.
Seeing throughout Hassan and now Ian's video is just the blatant, and you'll see how people have responded to some of this too and what they're posting about it. The blatant, unashamed lying that happens.
Right.
And it's so blatant that I feel like the people who are supporting them know it's a lie.
Bleeding from
Like
their
they
private
know
part,
it's
yeah.
not true, and they don't care.
Yeah, that was a hard realization for us, I feel like, over the time, like in the last year. At first you think like, oh, maybe they're misunderstood, or they just need to be corrected, they're wrong on something, and then like slowly you just realize like, no, they're just lying, and they're knowingly lying, and they're okay with it.
And their fans are okay with it.
And their fans are okay with it. I don't know.
It's that I said something to Hassan during the debate, and I really think it's true. I'm not a liar. That's why I was able to pull up the content cop without fear and react to it live, because I'm not a liar. Okay, anything he shows, I could either he's got it wrong or I can explain it. Whatever. I'm honest. Hassan is I don't know if he's pathological because he seems to do it very intentionally.
Right.
He's a liar, and he knows that.
Hey, Foodshop, check the speakers on your earphone. Is it dirty? How? What? No. I'm confused. What are you talking about?
That's why he can't watch this shit. That's why he can only watch it through the lens of somebody who's already edited it down and editorialized it. The dogs met each other. Rocky's in a little enclosure.
Yeah.
Rocky is the cutest creature on the planet, possibly.
Dog.
Possibly.
You know what we're doing? You ever get a new fish? You ever have fish and then you put the new fish in the bag with the other fish?
The puffer fish, right?
So they kind of like see.
Okay, we're gonna just continue on to Ethan's response. Okay, let's take a look. All right.
Who's ready to watch?
Oh, he sorry. He just donated another and said, I forgot to add her name.
Like what is it? He only made it through. So I switched to headphones. I don't know. Yeah.
About you loser bitch.
Just tell me, did he act like an adult in the first?
Was this about Destiny having his lawyer sanctioned? What does that mean? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean by lawyer sanctioned? Yeah.
This one, because like the Fortnite dance.
Dan, you have the button back there?
Did we already forget?
Last night on Destiny video?
You're gonna want to
it's just more legal bullshit. I don't know. Like, I'm not interested until I'm typically not really interested in the case until like a result has actually come out or they settled or something.
Surprise yourself with that button, Dan.
It's just a bunch of
the
stupid
Fortnite
details
button?
that I don't care about. But that's just me
Dan is
personally.
in the restroom.
I thought it was
Oh my
major.
God, everybody's
I mean, it
gone.
could be
Yeah.
major, but like in my
You
opinion, it
stuck
just
with
doesn't
me.
really matter.
I can try to find it.
Yeah, and he goes, that was my first reaction, was like, why did you think I disagree with the premise that I'm acting childish or something, which I have no problem with, but you know, of course I'm gonna act. What do you expect? Is that the whole point of your video?
Unfortunately, I was wrong in thinking that, because Ethan, in a desperate attempt to attack and smear Anisa and I, he started attacking
Come
our
on,
charity
Viva
events.
Food?
First of all,
No.
it wasn't desperate. It was very easy. Second of all,
Sorry, you have no V-Bucks. No V-Bucks for you, Silver King.
Oh my God.
this is the other thing.
But you get to have my love.
I gotta let it play more. I'll let it play more.
Isn't that what matters in the end? Is love?
I don't know if you know
Won't it
this,
be a
but
great
the last year they lost $250,000. To be charitable, you actually have to give money to charity, Hassan. You have to give money to be charity. It's like a slush fund for them.
Ethan,
Dude is literally posting my dubs.
So I guess like, what did you think that was off the table? Because like the
All
minute
kinds
you
of
made
stuff about
content
killing
cop,
Mr. Girl. Okay. If there's anything, if there's anything
Oh,
specific.
well, I already
Everything's on the table.
I agree. And by the way,
Make me the
I
clip
already
of him.
explained when the
That's what's
CPS
more
call
useful,
was
in my
made
opinion.
that the rules of engagement had changed for me.
Yeah.
So, like, I have no qualms. But yeah, not, even besides that, everything's on the table. And even besides that, I don't even think I did attack his charity event.
I mean, we're just talking about it.
Like, Hassan brought it up, like, oh, you're attacking a charity event. Let's like, I don't even think I did do that. I had no problem with Lena continuing to do the event. I wasn't going to promote the event after you did that. Why the fuck should I do that? He's like, oh, and you're not even going to like have me on the podcast to promote the event, even though I made this video calling you, saying you're hallucinating about anti-Semitism. He's divorced from reality.
Yeah.
But I don't even think, I feel like I was more than fair by not going after his event.
Like, is it deliberate? Gosh, because I'm still so mixed on it. Like, is it actually deliberate lying on IDubbbz and Hassan's parts? It has to be, right? Like, the amount of bullshit that they say is insane. But I can also kind of see how, like, maybe they convince themselves into certain positions. Like, sometimes the cognitive dissonance is really that great, right? Because now that a lot of people are in MAGA, and you see kind of like the cognitive dissonance that a lot of MAGA people have, right? Would it really be that crazy to think that, like, maybe they can be cognitive dissonant? Because some people, like, don't care that, you know, they just simply don't care sometimes, like, that they're inconsistent. They don't care about the fact that they're inconsistent. They only care about feeling correct, right? Like, deliberately feeling correct. No, he lies. I don't see, that's the thing though. I just can't tell. I'm trying to figure this part out, right? And yeah, like, I don't know, dude. What do I know? I don't know. I'm still trying to think about it.
Even now, I haven't really gone after his event.
Hassan's more self-aware.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I would say
that
so.
hard anyway.
I think
I
Hassan's
mean,
more
our
self-aware, yeah.
main conversations about it have been because Lena is a part of the event. So obviously we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, and that, by the way, was in response to Hassan being like, oh, you're attacking a charity.
Watch this response. IDubbbz is just totally stupid. Yeah. We'll see what Ethan says. We'll see what Ethan says, but like, just watching IDubbbz's video is just so low effort. It's so lazy, so low effort, and like, it's like, what, every single time you have a 1.5 million subscriber video, view video, like, that's a lot of money, by the way. I just want to first of all say that part. All right, it's a lot of money that you're earning. If you're getting that much money, shouldn't you be putting like the maximal kind of effort into it? Like, these people, like, you guys realize, like, for IDubbbz's video, like, do you know how much he was getting? He was getting like, he has to be getting at least like $15,000 to $20,000 in ad revenue from his first video, and now he's released a second video that is 30 minutes long. So like, how much is he gonna be earning this time? Probably around $10,000. So in total, he's earning someone's entire paycheck over the course of a month, like someone's entire yearly paycheck over the course of a month, right? If you're earning that much money, I'm expecting the highest kind of quality. Like, you're a fucking rich YouTuber, right? Like, you're not exactly starved for money. You're not broke for cash. You're clearly living in a house. You have a setup, and you know, you get to try to handle wrestling shit for a few years. You have the kind of financial maneuverability for that kind of shit, right? How much do you think he earned for that shitty content cop? $20,000 for the first one and $10,000 for the second one. And that's conservative. That I'm talking about conservative, all right? Because once you get into the millions of views, then you're earning real cash. You're not earning fake cash, you're earning real cash. And, you know, like, it's substantial. Like, a lot of this money is substantial.
So, once again,
Yeah.
a lot of content. And by the way, that was from Friday, and he just posted this. Like, bro is literally...
True. Bucko says, like the stream. You guys should like the stream. And in addition, okay, you guys should also donate. Okay? Donate. Please. Thank you. I love you guys. Okay, please. I'll say Anisa and Ian are not exactly financially responsible. Yeah, you don't say. It's I don't know. Maybe they spent all that money on Ian's fucking haircut. Who knows?
throwing these videos together. Thank you, Dan. You found it.
Is it a grift to get friendly with streamers or a grift because he knows a content cop will get views? I mean, what if it's both?
This man said to me, I thought you would act like an adult. Did you think that when you were Fortnite dancing Elling with all of the people that have been trying to ruin my life?
Yeah, true.
Sorry.
and Anila are well aware that we raised $1.3 million for charity.
Cool. How'd it go the second time?
Okay.
The first year of Creator Clash. The second year.
Why? I mean, yeah, we're the ones that were supporting you. Remember?
Yeah, we're well aware because we're the ones that fucking basically made that event successful for you.
We operated at a loss, and I take full responsibility for that. We did band together. The community and the fighters involved ended up raising $175,000 for charity.
That's fun. You could have done that without the event. People spent. He's trying to justify this. You've had people spending money to go to your event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, their money did not go to charity. It went to lavish fucking parties. There was an anecdote. I don't know if we recovered it of Anisa being like, "We went to the lavish ball, this huge party where everyone was celebrating, and we knew we had already lost money, but we had to go there at the ball and celebrate with everyone." I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
They're obviously Jewish.
Okay, well that's irrelevant. I don't know why that's relevant.
That's a really hard question.
She doesn't have any wacky thoughts about the Nazis, does she?
As terrible as the Holocaust was,
oh my
obviously
God.
it was horrendous, and how disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people, gay people, handicaps, twins.
For the record, it was that's like whatever, right? Like maybe at that time you're trying to be charitable, but like now it's just kind of weird and twisted.
And obviously they're obviously Jewish,
right? Like before. Fucking voice crack. But before, maybe she's actually saying something there where you're like, okay, maybe the Holocaust was terrible, but then at least we made advancement in science and shit or something. I don't fucking know, dude. But then like later on, now it's like, well, you know, given the fact that you are actually anti-Semitic and these people are actually anti-Semitic, well, what now?
Stop it. Anisa, I gotta stop you. That is just horrible.
and I think if people are being 100% honest, they'd give you a different answer than what you're expecting.
Stop. Enough. God,
They
what is wrong with
found
her?
a couple of really groundbreaking discoveries through that experiment.
They didn't. Anisa, stop.
Jewish.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, the second time, I guess someone else was in charge of the budgeting.
Oh, please. Bullshit. It's their event. He said he takes responsibility for it.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that everything was handled ahead of time, and then
I accept zero.
It's their event.
This is what it means.
No, 100%.
They saw the budget. They knew what they were doing. Everything went by them. To be like, oh, it's another department's budget. Like he didn't look at the budget. He didn't understand. Please, bro. There's probably hundreds of thousands of dollars that they would have gone to charity if they weren't like
hosting so many.
Fly Frogan after.
Hey, just found your channel. Like to have a space to chill and listen to drama and not be in the community in the center of it. Well, you know, hey, welcome. All right. Which drama are you specifically coming from? Because I have people coming in from multiple angles. Could be from Asmongold, could be from Twitch Poll, could be from Ethan Klein, right? So,
Denim's out. They flew Denim's out
this drama?
to sit there in the audience.
Based.
You used people's charity money to.
Are we sure about that?
I've said it before and nobody's correcting me. And he corrects things that are true.
I mean the fighters got their flights.
I heard. I don't know. I think I saw it maybe on the Diorio stream that they were flying influencers and hosting galas and like putting them up for the event.
I think he did, and the real reason is because I don't think she can afford her own airfare.
Well, maybe the entertainment.
I'm just curious. Is it just like too intense? Is it too intense to be in the center of one of these like drama-oriented communities? Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Asmongold drama would be more chill though. Well, I cover Asmongold a lot. Like I cover him like pretty much every day. And I'm playing Oblivion right now. We love Ethan. We do love Ethan.
You know, if they were part of the entertainment or whatever, but I don't think just
Denims was part of the entertainment.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Denims was one.
Spin a plate on her nose.
As I'm saying, I don't think she was one that was paid for.
I think they did.
We don't know. We don't know for sure.
I think they did. I think they did. But whatever. Who cares? They've still lost money either way.
I mean, it's been really disheartening.
It would explain how you lose so much money.
Attack Creator Clash.
Shoe Nice is in chat. Sorry to interrupt. He says, my pussy itches, so I told her to take a shower.
Oh. Not really sure what that means, but I figured.
You're not?
Oh, man. Here we go.
Dewey's in chat, boys and
Welcome
girls.
back.
It's always fun.
Because I don't wipe my ass, bro.
Hopefully we'll get him on the phone here sometime.
Sure. That was great.
Let me see here.
Nicholas Diorio broke down the situation in detail.
Oh, so
I'm not sure if I can sit through this entire thing. There's just too much. Okay, I don't hate Ethan, okay, but like there's just too much riffing. Like, just get on with covering it. God, there's just too much side stuff. I mean, I kind of get it, right? Like, this is the point of the podcast. The point of the podcast is to, entertain. All right, which in which, like, true, he is entertaining, right? Sure, but like, from a content creator perspective, it is hard to actually get his response to IDubbbz's thing, right? Because there's just so much riffing, right? Yeah. I think the thing that's stressful is hearing stuff be endlessly relitigated and seeing things get worse and worse. Well, yeah, I get that. I get that. Do you think, I'm just curious, do you think Ethan Klein has, like, because you're good faith, right? I assume that you're good faith. Do you think Ethan Klein has, like, overly done a lot of this stuff? Like, do you think that he has gone a little bit too overboard with all this drama shit? Or do you think, like, oh, these are all very warranted things or whatever? She knows riffing does I don't like the over riffing. It's so cringe.
We decided to do.
Maybe you guys can confirm, but
Well,
I think
it's not cringe. It's all right, but it's just like, gosh, I just don't care about it.
it was from Harley's conversation with
That's
the
it,
Oreo that
yeah.
Harley spilled the beans about how they flew influencers out.
I don't think
the
it was.
second one.
I don't think it was I think it was well known that they paid for all that shit. I mean, how else do you lose $250,000? And that event was huge. It seemed like it was a huge success.
Yeah.
And then he goes, "Oh, we got people were pirating. It's like, give me a break,
yeah.
dude." Anyway, here's this story. This is the only place we could find is this Asmongold clip.
Charity. Meanwhile, they were hosting lavish gala events to process their emotions. Nicholas De Oreo broke down the situation in detail.
Because the second year we decided to do the gala,
No,
which
it's
everybody
over.
complained about. Not everybody, but some people were up their ass about us like doing the gala.
They're up their ass that we had a gala. There was no money for charity. We rented out a fucking hotel.
And we had all these feelings that we hadn't processed. The second
Dude,
year,
they had to process. We had a gala, guys. We got to process our emotions.
we knew that we had lost money on the event, and we had to go to the gala.
Wait, that's even funnier. I didn't even think of that. I didn't realize the gala came after. So they sat there drinking champagne, knowing that no money went to fucking. It's so much worse than I thought.
And it was like this magical, like, movie moment where I felt like this was the right thing to do for everyone as a thank you.
And now they're doing
What
it
about the
again.
kids with cancer, Anisa? I'm so glad the fighters got an open bar. Those kids still got cancer. Hopefully not.
Well,
Maybe.
to be fair,
Well, some of them are dead and some of them made it.
everything was paid for ahead of time. So I mean, they couldn't just cancel. Again, I agree with you saying that it should not be in the budget initially.
You definitely
You
can
have to
cancel
ask
stuff.
me if
You
that's
can
a
probably
used
still
video.
save some money. Yeah.
But it was like right after the event.
Too many layers.
If they attended
too far.
knowing
I
that they
could be
lost
wrong.
money, there's always things you can do. I'm telling you. I just want to say that it appears that Anisa was just dumping right now in our podcast.
Does she not know that this is not what podcasting is?
I thought you're not supposed to be dumping on a podcast. I think that looks like
Horrible.
dumping. That
This
looks like
is your
dumping.
emotional dumping ground. It's horrible.
I can't believe this world where I'm watching LolCow live and celebrating Keemstar's content, and I'm in a bitter death feud with IDubbbz. How is this world real?
Oh my God! Keemstar sent me a tweet directly. I could not believe that. He sent me a DM of this lolcow tweet.
Ban Emma Panda.
This was a banger tweet. I saw this on the subreddit. Dear IDubbbz, it's over, brother. Time to get a show on the LolCow LCU network and have Keemstar save your career.
Yeah, it's not necessarily on the LolCow main show.
I don't think that he is going overboard, but I think to a degree it gets exhausting listening to people relitigate drama for 4 hours. That's not going to change. Sorry for later. No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay. Okay. I don't like. Yeah. I mean, most people do not respond to anything. So yeah. Right. Yeah. This is like it does get really tiring covering the same drama over and over and over. Like at some point it just gets like very burnt out, right? Like you can get burned out on a single drama. It's happened. And I'm kind of feeling it a little bit, like where I'm like, well, the Hassan debate happened. This should be the end of it, right? Like this should be the end of it. Right? This should be the end of it, right? We're just gonna move on to regular topics now, or oh man, I mean, like obviously, any kind of drama slop tuber like myself is going to want a drama to happen for as long as possible, but it does feel like there's almost no new things happening with this drama unless there is some kind of big confrontation. Like, tell me when Bad Epinata gets to debate Ethan Klein, guess, right? I do feel for them, though. At some point, you have a show to run, and the debates happen, and we have talked about how bad everyone was for what they did. Yeah, I agree. You can tell, like, the... I mean, obviously, props to Ethan's crew for not, like, bending over for Hassan's orbit, right? But at the same time, it's like... damn, dude, like, bro, like, I can literally feel how tired Ethan's crew is, right? Like, I can literally totally see just how tired they are of the entire fucking drama. Like, I mean, they're probably being paid an obscene amount of money, okay? Like, because maybe Ethan Klein's paying them a lot of money, who knows? But, you know, what can I do?
Oh, it might be like an off one.
Yeah.
It's on the network, which I agree. I don't think they're ready for the Prime show.
To be honest.
AB also released the video today attacking Bad Epinata and calling him a pussy. Great watch. Can you link that to me in Discord? I miss the days when Kimi Dreamy was the largest drama the podcast had to contend with. Oh, the content nuke days of Keemstar was fantastic. I was there. All right, I was there. I just want to say, all right, it was based. Good stuff. Okay.
Even if he was open to it, I don't think he would be good on lolcow because he's not funny. He's very boring.
Maybe they can start as a sideshow, like a couple.
I think even that would get canceled.
It might.
I don't even think he's lolcow material.
I told Keemstar Bo Black still has my vote.
Me too. All day, every day.
I hope they're being paid a lot of money.
All day, every day.
This is a real statement here, okay?
Our charity event.
You can't blame Ethan for coming at your business venture. My opinion, all came at
I'm done. Okay, we'll watch it in a little
his
bit.
career too. Like the moment that you try to get somebody canceled, in my opinion, all bets are off.
Is this name just AB? Like, how do you even say his name? Is it just
love
AB?
the idea of them
like, what?
at the open bar with all these fucking influencers that they paid to be there, and they're still there. Like Anisa's. It was a beautiful, magical evening. This was the right thing to do.
And we all did it for charity.
And then this guy has the balls to accuse me of trying to go after a charity event, bro. These people, the 180,000 that you raised, they could have just given it to charity from the start, right? We don't need you to be doing live streams. And by the way, how'd the live stream go the last time you did it? I recall the biggest donator was me for $1,000. How much did you raise? Like $12,000, you loser?
Jewish.
What is that? Why? Why that? Anisa?
That is funny. Okay.
Through us, or attack us through...
He's genuinely so unhinged that these white pro-Palestinian fucks have gotten so lost in the sauce that they genuinely think they're being genocided. Dude, yeah, but like, dude, here's the real problem, okay? Is that like, it would actually be such an interesting line of dialogue to go down on whether or not Israel is actually committing genocide on Gaza. Like, the very discussion of it, I think, in my opinion, is interesting. Like, I think it's interesting to explore the nuances of the conversation. I think it's interesting to explore the definition of genocide. I think it's interesting to explore whether or not we should use the colloquial definition of genocide versus the actual definition of genocide, right? When it comes to any one of these questions. But it feels as though right now the discourse is so poisoned that no one can actually have scholarly discussions about genocide. And I have my own opinions on it. This is just only because I have my own opinions on it, and from the fact that I have done research into what genocide means and what previous genocide consisted of. That is not just the Holocaust, which is completely and utterly overrated in terms of scholarly discourse. All right, yes, I'm gonna say it. The Holocaust is overrated in scholarly discourse. Okay, all right, there's lots of other genocides that you should be looking at, not just the Holocaust. Okay, to be fair, I think it is a genocide. When it comes to Palestine's advocates, they believe that nothing they can do is scrutinize and start attacking people on their race. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, sure. It's like, as Ethan says, right? Like, it's just like complete and utter waste of time is what it is, right? Hey, Munding Eyewear Talk, thank you so much for the tier 3 sub. You're very kind. Thank you so much. Welcome to the crew. Well, not the crew, but like, welcome to fucking the market, okay, or whatever. I don't know what to call it at this point, but thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
creator class.
Ian and Anisa master.
Guys, okay, again, you can also tier 3 sub and express your support for my work and my content. I think that I do a great job doing commentary on this subject. I think that I would always appreciate support for my work, and I always strive to be better. And I love you guys. Okay.
Of putting on an event.
He's reposting random troll
That's
accounts
it.
that are very
That's your evidence that I'm trying to ruin the event by taking a.
The biggest division seems to be whether people represent their own governments on an individual level. Yeah, sure, to a degree. It's complicated. Like, I can go on about the Bosnian genocide all day long. Like, honestly, like, that's probably the one genocide that I have researched the most. It's not the Holocaust, it's the Bosnian genocide. And that is one that a lot of lefties deny, I guess. Deny more often than not. Which is, yeah, like, they will think that while Gaza is undergoing a genocide, they won't believe in something like the Bosnian genocide, and they would even bring dubiousness to the Armenian genocides, which is like ridiculous. These are actual genocides, by the way. Like people have looked at them, looked back into the past, and determined that, hey, wow, this is fucking unhinged, right? And just call me Matthew. Okay, Matthew. I run an iWare subreddit, so I post my videos directed towards that here. Okay. Please don't food. The Serbs will flood the chat. Well, I'm used to it. I've had debates with Serbs before. I've had Serbs as fans in my audience who I have debated before. So, yeah, it's happened. All right, yeah. Also, for the record, yeah, I mean, like, it's not a problem. It's, at least they're willing to debate about it. Regardless of that argument, it's psychotic the level of hate Ethan gets, despite the fact he agrees with 98% of their stuff. Okay, stop spamming chat. Okay, Belle, listen. Next time you spam the chat with more than one message, okay, all right, chill, okay? Specifically you, chill. He agrees with 98% of their stuff. He just wants empathy for Jewish people too. Yeah, exactly. And again, the problem here is just one-sided empathy, right? Like, but this happens all the time, is that you just fucking dehumanize the other side completely, right? Like, just think about this, right? Just think about it for 1 second. Even the Nazis back then were totally sympathetic and empathetic for their fellow German citizens. Like, they talked about how Jewish people were sexual predators, pedophiles, rapists, sexual deviants, right? Who are going around and, you know, causing harm to their German citizen, but they'll never ever extend that same sort of charitability to the Jewish people that they are holocausting, right? So, you know, like, this one-sided empathy and one-sided sympathy is, in my opinion, like, I would actually say one-sided empathy is worse than no empathy. Like, I would actually say this. All right? The reason I say this is because I think that one-sided empathy provides more moral charge against the other side for cruelty. I think one-sided empathy exacerbates cruelty for the other group of people that you are against. I don't know, like, maybe this is just my opinion. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. I would have to think about it, I think. Admittedly, I'm rather conservative. I found food from Think Before You Sleep, but I think it's worth contending that with the definition of genocide should be solid and not colloquial. Yeah, like, okay, so if you want the definition of genocide to be solid, you can go with the legal definition of genocide from the UN. Basically what they say is that there has to be, it has to satisfy 5 things, okay, in addition to the planning, all right? It has to be, how do you say it? It has to be you're either destroying the government top down, you're dismantling the religious institutions, you're dismantling the political institutions, you're preventing new children that are born to be in a position where they grow into the culture that you're currently genociding, by any means possible, whether that means re-education or growing up under a different family. It also means just straight up killing people, obviously, of that group, which is like you plan it out, you systemize it or whatever, right? Now there are some people, all right, there are scholars. It is currently, I think, probably a scholarly, kind of minor scholar debate right now about whether or not cultural genocide should count officially as genocide. And I'll say probably most people say yes. Most people say yes, but then it gets into this weird, hairy zone where you can actually justify I know this is a tired topic, but transgender people being genocided, you can technically justify that if you think that cultural genocide is an actual genocide, right? Technically you can. So it's like it's really confusing, like it's just really weird to kind of think about what is actually genocide or not, I guess. Yeah. Hassan literally said Israelis should go through re-education. Like, I would actually argue Hamas is genocidal. Yeah. So if he's pro-Hamas, then he's pro-genocide, I guess? I don't fucking know, dude. If you want to preclude legit zero empathy, generally maybe, but you have a sociopathy is probably worse on average. Yeah, sure. I kill myself when people like Hassan claim that we can't know if it's the same under Harris versus Trump. Yeah, that clip pisses him off, and probably for good reason as well. Because whenever somebody posts something like that, it's like he just kind of see his own life flash before him. All right, he's like, oh shit. Daily social interactions put my brain cells through a genocide. Really? Like, you're in real life and somebody hits up a conversation with you, and then you're like, oh shit, I gotta kill all my brain cells. Or reading people being unhinged about flipping AOC? Sure. Name cough. The example that I always go through is that, let's just say, this is funny, okay? This is a really funny question, okay? But it serves to illustrate something, all right? Let's just say somebody from the moon wanted to eradicate the Earth of giant alien spiders that wanted to devour the Earth. So the person, in order to eradicate giant alien spiders on the Earth, they shot a super nuke to the Earth's core to eradicate the giant alien spiders. Now, let's just say you accidentally destroy 3 entire populations worth of culture and people in order to do so. But your main driving purpose is not to eradicate these 3 cultures. Is that a genocide? The answer is probably no. Right? The answer is probably no, it's not a genocide, right? Because the purpose of what you're trying to do is that you're trying to eradicate the giant alien spiders. It's not to genocide the fucking 3 cultures. But inadvertently, you caused more damage than you would otherwise do in an actual genocide, right? That could totally happen, right? That could totally happen. This sounds like a fairly common circumstance. It could also be the circumstance of Native Americans. Let's just say you come over to the United States because you're fleeing persecution from Europe, right? Religious persecution from Europe, but then you spread your disease, your weird white people disease, to the Native Americans, and they start fucking dying. Well, when they start fucking dying, like, could you call that a genocide? Or could you call that, it's probably not genocide, right? Unless you're on purpose trying to spread the disease to them, trying to kill them on purpose, right? Yeah. A whole planet that one species lived in had to sacrifice to delay the big alien guys. I forgot. Oh yeah, I think it's also worth saying on how, even though the Bosnian genocide is horrific, even though it's like very clearly horrific, understand that only like what 12,000 people died in the Bosnian genocide. Like only 12,000. Like, it's not that much. in contrast to other genocides. Hold on. Pause. But it's more about the horrific planning of it. Yeah. Oh, 8,000 Bosnian Muslims, right? 8,000 Bosnian Muslims, exactly. So again, all right, the reason why something like the Bosnian genocide is considered more horrific than the 5 million Ukrainians that have died. By the way, both are horrific. I just want to say both are horrific. Okay, just want to keep it very clear. 5 million Ukrainians who died during the Holodomor, right? Which is, by the way, in my opinion, not a genocide, okay? Is because of the planning that came into it, okay? The planning that came into the Bosnian genocide is horrific. Yeah. To commit genocide and to be guilty of genocide are two different things. You have to be committed that genocide without being guilty of it. I mean, like, for example, there are plenty of genocides that have been determined to be genocides without, without it being legally determined to be a genocide. For example, the Rwandan genocide was never put in court. Do you hate me? No, I don't hate you. What? Where'd you get that? Why would I hate you? No, isn't the Bosnian genocide the STD genocide? What? What is that supposed to mean? By the way, Bosnian people also tend to blame the Netherlands because Dutch NATO forces fled when the attack was supposed to be a safe zone. The Jews just packed the sugar, broke brains. Gosh, I'm like a weird cesspool of like just stating random ass things about the Bosnian, like random facts about the Bosnian genocide. Like, for example, did you know that like the Serbs tried to lure the Bosnian men by screaming for help? So what they would do is that they would be at the bottom of a valley and they would scream for help to lure Bosnian Muslim men down to them, so then they would be captured and be killed. And instead of death trains, they had death buses. So they used the buses to ferry them to these empty buildings that would serve as their concentration camps. And then Bosnian men would be led out of these makeshift concentration camps to be killed by gunfire. Yeah. The Rwandan genocide was in part because developed countries had a highly organized peacekeeping force that immediately ran home and left when their soldiers started dying. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. I don't know all that much about the Rwandan genocide. And before they killed them, what did they do, food? Well, a lot of them are killed directly, but a lot of people were also sexually assaulted. What you guys have to understand is that rape is a part of genocide. Rape is an important part of genocide, actually. There's two purposes to raping, all right? The first purpose is to give women STDs, so then when they give birth, they are unable to give birth even if the women survive. So when they give birth, they're not going to live for long. The baby is not going to live for long. So therefore you prevent an entire generation from being born. So that is the first purpose of rape. The second purpose of rape, actually there's three purposes. The second purpose of rape is it's a form of dominance. Obviously it's torture, right? Yeah, and the third purpose of rape is as a form of producing children who are going to grow up under a different family. So if they, for example, right now there are reports, I think, of there are reports of Han Chinese people who are going in to rape Uyghur women to produce Han Chinese Uyghur children who are going to be raised under Han Chinese families and be completely Han Chinese, basically, under a completely different education. So, yeah. Allegedly, okay? This is allegedly what's happening. Rape is enabled by objectification and dehumanization, can be a fundamental symptom of steps taken towards genocide. Yeah, sure. Yeah. When that tight, thin boy is not even human, becomes very easy to seize the moment. Yeah, sure. Also, like, another thing is, like, it's never about a single religion, right? Because for as much as the Jews have been persecuted, Muslims as well are genocided, right? For example, right now, the Uyghur Muslims, and in the past, it's been the Bosnian Muslims, right? And Christians have even been, Christian groups have even been genocided, right? Like the Armenian Christians, they're Christians, okay? They're a Christian, all right? So, you know, like different groups of different religions have been genocided based off of their religion. All right, so you know, it's never about one group. It's never about one specific group. It's never about one other. It's almost as if when you want to figure out whether or not a group is being, I thought they had their own sect of Christianity. Yeah, sure, but you know, it's still the same, right? Yeah, and I think Azerbaijan, I think right now Azerbaijan is being debated on whether or not what's happening there is like a genocide or ethnic cleansing, because we do not know. Basically, if you guys don't know what's happening, Azerbaijan, I don't even know where the country is located, but basically I think they're locking in everybody who is living inside the country militarily, that like they're surrounding the country with military and preventing any kind of food from coming in or going out. Basically, they're trying to starve everybody in the country to death on purpose. I mean, yeah, I mean, even that can be seen as something of a genocide, maybe, right? Because you're still getting rid of a group of people. You're not just like trying to chase them out. You're literally like systematically, possibly starving them, right, to death by trapping them inside of a region. Not much different from the Holodomor, except for the Holodomor, that's a policy failure. It's widely regarded as a policy failure. But for the Azerbaijan, I believe the motivation might actually be like eradication. Yeah. Azerbaijan is located in Central Asia, I think. Yeah. Dude, fuck it. We'll even watch a video about this. I'm just not interested in Ethan Klein right now. I'm not feeling Ethan Klein right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Because this Ethan Klein reply back and forth is slop. Let's pursue some higher thought, okay? Let's pursue some enlightened thinking, okay? All right, hold on. That's because I consider myself to at least be a semi-expert on genocide, okay? I know it sounds twisted, but I consider myself to know a lot more than the average person on genocide, so I'm gonna tackle what I know, okay? This is what we call autistic rabbit holes, okay? What is happening in Azerbaijan right now? Azerbaijan... Is it... So maybe Armenians are going through a second genocide?